What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is my 1-month review of the absolutely iconic Mizuno Morelia Neo 4 betas in this absolutely stunning Volt colorway. Now, I really am excited to share my thoughts about these. I finally got the right sizing with everything, and I am super stoked to share my thoughts with you guys. So let's start off with the sole plate. Now, the sole plate of the Morelia Neo 4 made in Japan is very, very good. Arguably, it's not any different than the previous generation. Maybe it's a little bit stiffer and a little bit more kind of robust overall, and obviously a little bit design changes, but it's really kind of the same thing. You have conical studs with a little bit of an ovular stud here in the middle of that toe box area, and it does a really nice job of gripping into the ground. Conical studs give you a lot of flexibility on both AG and FG surfaces, and as you can see, they're a little bit stained as well, so you can see the turf stains and stuff. Like, I've worn these and really have enjoyed them on AG surfaces, as well as obviously, good FG surfaces. It's hard to not enjoy any pair of football boots, to be fair. But overall, I think this is a really good sole plate. I think maybe from a selfish perspective, could they use a little bit more width in certain areas? Yeah, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal, and I do think this provides such a nice underfoot feel. It's one of the most kind of unique and barefoot underfoot feels as well. It's kind of hard to explain unless you try them on, but it feels absolutely fantastic. So for me, sole plate's gonna get an 8 out of 10. Heel area for the Morelia Neo 4 betas is absolutely excellent. I think the micro suede that you get and some of the suede material on the inside of that heel area just provides one of the most kind of seamlessly grippy sensations. Like, you don't have to worry about it as much as a lot of other football boots on the market. And from a grip perspective, whether you're wearing regular socks or grip socks, you're really gonna find that that heel area wraps your foot really nicely. It's, as you can see, quite a lot thinner than a lot of traditional other boots on the market. And for me, that's a great thing because I have a pretty thin heel area and then a little bit of a wider midfoot and toe box area. And so this kind of provides that, sort of perfect comfort for me, similar to the Asics models. I would say that the Mizuno heel areas and the Asics heel areas are some of the most comfortable on the market. And so for me, the heel area is going to get an 8 out of 10. The upper of the Morelia Neo 4 Beta is absolutely sensational. There's really nothing I can say to kind of say anything bad about it, honestly, other than, some shape and fit stuff we'll get into later. The leather in the forefoot is probably the second most premium leather on the market. And the first place goes to the Morelia 2 made in Japan, which is also a Mizuno product. This leather is absolutely sensational. I don't know how they've manufactured this to feel so barefoot and so thin and so soft, while also giving you that like sense of plushness and that you still are wearing a leather upper. It's really remarkable. The midfoot with this kind of 2-layer mesh with the internal cage in the midfoot provides such a nice, almost like speed boot sensation in that midfoot. The knit here in the lacing system area really nicely wraps your foot, gives you a really barefoot sensation and sort of that perfect seamless wrap around your foot. And I do really think that this upper, even though it's synthetic and leather, the transition between the two materials is really clean. It's not, super bulbous and bulky like the 99-gram leather boots or anything like that. And then the passing ability with how thin this midfoot upper is just absolutely awesome. It feels like you're passing barefoot basically. And that I absolutely love the feeling of wearing these football boots. So for me, this upper is getting an 8.5 out of 10. Lockdown of the Neo 4 Beta is really, really good. I would say for most people, any boot that fits your foot really well is gonna have pretty good lockdown, save for like, an all leather football boot that's got very minimal stitching, and then you don't have that ability to kind of stick in one shape, if that makes sense. But overall, this lockdown is really, really awesome. I would say that I don't have any slippage in the heel area, which is a really nice feature. A lot of boots for me get heel slippage simply because of the way my foot breaks in the forefoot and the midfoot, and then it sort of pulls apart the heel area in a way that provides just a little bit too much space back here. But these boots do such a nice job of making sure that my foot is locked in, ready to go, no issues at all. And so for me, these are definitely going to get good ratings as far as lockdown goes. They're going to be an 8 out of 10. Break-in time for the Morelia Neo 4 Beta is pretty good. It's just above average, at least for my foot shape. I would say if you have wider feet, you're probably gonna take a little bit of time to break these in. And if you have really wide feet, I might recommend going Morelia 2, or if you absolutely must have a Morelia Neo 4 product, go with the regular non-beta version that has the standard U-throat tongue. Because of the way that the knit here in the midfoot is, as well as the way that the midfoot material is different from the regular non-beta version, you do get a little bit more structure in the midfoot, which for my foot shape causes there to be a little bit more break-in time. It took me about 4 to 5 hours, which really isn't that much for sort of a speed boot. In fact, most speed boots I can't really break in at all, period. Furon and these are kind of the only ones that I really would actively pick in any sort of certain playing scenario. And so for me, yes, they're a little bit more than some boots on the market, but for me, pretty decent as far as break-in time goes. So they're gonna get a 7.5 out of 10. Durability and build quality is probably going to be no surprise to you, because pretty much every made in Japan Mizuno product is going to get the top of the top of the top remarks. They are such an incredible build quality. They have such incredible durability on all sorts of surfaces. I think if you wear these only on FG, they'll last you like 6,000 years. If you wear them on AG, they'll probably last you like a year, year and a half-ish. At least that's in my experience. And that's insane for a boot that's leather and technically like an FG model that doesn't have that sort of protective coating like most AG models do right around the toe area. These are really sensational as far as durability and build quality, and you can feel that as soon as you get them out of the box. Like, you just start to feel the upper, you feel the seams, you just feel the way that the boot is constructed, and you're like, damn, like this is top, top, top. So for me, durability and build quality, 9 out of 10. Shape and fit as well is pretty good, I would say. It's, again, a little bit above average for most football boots because of the way that the silo is quite a little bit more thin than a lot of other boots on the market that I usually prefer. Tequila, GX2, Predator, all that stuff. They do take a little bit of break-in time, and so shape and fit just is a little bit different. That being said, I think for most people, and especially those of you who have a thinner foot shape or more of just like a, an average foot shape with no sort of weird, differences in width between the forefoot, midfoot, and heel area, you're really gonna find that these fit pretty much perfectly straight out of the box. So for me, shape and fit is gonna get a 7.5 out of 10. Still really good, but again, not absolutely as perfect as they possibly could be. So competition for this football boot is very, very tough. And that being said, these do a absolutely fantastic job at competing in that sort of segment, which basically I'm sort of combining a couple different ones. So I would say Morelia 2, boots that have proper leather on them. So you've got DS Lite X Fly 5, DS Lite Pro 2 from Asics, you have Ultreza 3 from Asics, you have Morelia 2 from Mizuno, obviously, the non-beta version of this, you have the Adler boots, you've got the Copa Pure line. For me, these are towards the top, but they're no, these are probably in the middle. The reason for that is because I'm probably gonna pick the non-beta version just because of how perfectly that midfoot wraps my foot, and how you have an extra lacing loop and you've got the runner's knot, and it gives you just a little bit more flexibility, whereas this is pretty much a predetermined shape. And although they are now that I've broken them in, very, very comfortable, they're just not like the perfect shape and fit like those Morelia Neo 4 non-beta versions are. So for me, these are probably middle of the pack. I'm probably gonna pick, let's say, in no particular order, what I'm gonna wear above this are DS Lite X Fly 5 and X Fly Pro 2. I'm gonna pick Morelia 2, just as far as shape goes, over this. Obviously, as I just said, the regular non-beta version of this. And then, but I'd wear this probably over Adler's just in like a competition setting, just because I think these offer just that little bit extra pizzazz when it comes to like proper competition and lockdown and all that stuff. But still, excellent, excellent product. And I think these are, just as far as an objective package, probably top 3 boots on the market, regardless of what you enjoy. Performance is very, very good for the Morelia Neo 4 Betas. Now, I think for me, As I said, the non-beta version is going to be my choice out of the two, but I think as just an overall package for most people, these are going to be everything you will ever need and more. These are so soft, so pliable, but still have that lockdown. It's like this really amazing combination of everything. The leather is just a joke at how soft and incredible this is. And I think from a performance standpoint, you get the lockdown, you get the synthetic midfoot that gives you a nice hold around your foot. You get a nice deep lacing system as well. So I think all of the features and all of the tech that goes into this really make this one of the best performing overall products. And I think, yes, maybe it doesn't have any grip elements or it doesn't have like a carbon sole plate or anything, but just as an overall package, I think this provides probably top 5 quality football boots on the market, just as far as overall objective package goes. And so for me, this is going to get a performance rating of 8.5 out of 10. Overall, the Mizuno Morelia Neo 4 Beta is a phenomenal football boot. It is really, really good. And regardless of what ratings I give it, for my own feet and my own rating system, these are one of the best, if not the best, football boots you can possibly buy on the market today. They combine such a nice combination of leather, synthetic, knit. You've got the nice aggressive sole plate that's not like over the top or anything. And I really do think that these are one of, if not the best boots on the market. So for me, top quality. These are going to get an 8 out of 10 for overall rating for me. Obviously, for most of you guys, they're like an 11 out of 10 because they're so good, which I totally understand. But just for me, they're going to get an 8 out of 10 because of some of the other ratings. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. That's going to wrap it up for today. Like the video if you got value from it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Join the fam. Let me know in the comment section below, have you tried the Morelia Neo 4 Betas in the flesh before? Have you tried them on pitch? If you haven't, you gotta. You really, really gotta. They're awesome. So as always, be awesome. Take care. I'll see y'all in the next video.